Richard, what questions did you think I was going to ask?
I thought you were going to ask some questions about aircraft. It sounds like you're going to ask questions about UFOs.
Well, we'd be very interested to hear your views on this.
You heard it there, Ross. I mean, when Peter Whish-Wilson raised this in Parliament only last month, the topic of UFOs, I think it's fair to say that he was met with a lot of mirth. He's insisting, though, that this is no laughing matter. Why is he passionate about this?
Because he's hearing what I'm hearing from military personnel, not just in Australia, but all over the world. They're seeing these things, and whether it's being reported up the line or not, I think our Air Force, our military commanders need to start taking it seriously, because if, as the Americans have discovered, this is a threat to flight safety, this is a potential national security issue, we need to engage with it, we need to study it, we need to understand it, whatever it is.
It's concerning that we actually don't understand what these things are. We don't know anything really about them at all. I probably couldn't have justified asking this question at Senate estimates or using the Senate's resources if it hadn't been for these extraordinary revelations that we've seen in recent months, including the Pentagon saying this is very real.
I got the impression that when you asked questions about UFOs, UAPs at Senate estimates, neither the Air Marshal nor the Minister were prepared for your question.
No, they certainly didn't appear to be around their brief, which surprised me, considering we saw a significant report released by our close friend and ally, the United States, only 4 months prior to that. This will certainly be having a round two. It'll be interesting to see if their attitudes change when we ask them more questions in the future.
You've spoken to people, I understand, in our military services who've seen these objects.
After I left school, I joined the Army. One of my lifelong friends joined the Navy, and we hooked up nearly 20 years ago after we both got out of the services. And he just came out with this bizarre story of a close encounter he had while on operation. And I've been intrigued ever since.
Do you think he would be willing to speak to us?
Look, he may be willing to speak to you, but I got a sense from him that he was almost a little bit embarrassed about his confession. I remember asking him, you're in the Navy, you're obviously out at sea, surely there was technology there, this thing would have been detected, and other people saw it, and his view was, yes, other people did see it, but no one really wanted to talk about it.
Well, the astonishing thing, Michael, is that we've been able to track down the person who Senator Whish-Wilson's speaking about. The story he has to tell of what he saw on a Navy vessel in waters around Australia is quite extraordinary, and this is what he saw.
The vessel I was on was a patrol boat based out of Cairns. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was just myself and an officer of the watch. We were in cruise control, heading west, clear night sky, very little cloud, and then all of a sudden it was a white light and it moved. If you held out your hand with your index finger and your pinky directly up, that's the kind of distance it moved. And it moved once, twice, and the third time it just took off and the light was gone. I've seen aircraft do manoeuvres, I've seen helicopters do manoeuvres. This is something that's not explained. Definitely a UFO or something out of this world.
Is it fair to say that what you saw must have been intelligently controlled?
Yes, it wasn't space junk hitting other space junk. It was a steady white light that just didn't change. I know it in my soul. Deep down I know, okay, that's unexplainable. It changed me as knowing that, okay, we're not it. We're not. Maybe they're watching what we're doing, laughing at us, thinking we're ants, I don't know, but we're out there to accept illegal immigrants at this stage. And it made me think, wow, if we're this small, what are we doing?